Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 130 of the Toonami Escape podcast. I'm Greg Zeno. Tonight we have B-Dubs.
That is a large number of podcasts. We have been at this for a while.
Yes, we have.
Oh,
B-Dubs
hello.
is currently still neck deep in trashed computers and such.
It is like mostly fixed at this point, and it wasn't the stuff we did. I just want to make that clear. It was the other guys, not my fault.
Not your fault. It's never your fault. B, his name's B. Never takes responsibility. Dubs.
Goddamn right.
C-Caller.
Hey guys.
I bet C-Caller could have done it all with some spitting toothpicks.
No, I've washed my hands of that.
Aw.
I only do it for work reasons now, not for side project fun reasons.
But if I gave you a $20 bill,
Could you do it?
No.
Oh,
I'm too busy watching Toonami, man.
you're right.
too
We
busy
all are.
watching such incredible shows as this new Blade Runner thing.
Oh God, I want to see that so bad. It's Watanabe doing Blade Runner. Are you frigging kidding me with this shit?
Well, it's Watanabe executive producing a Blade Runner show by that dude who's doing the upcoming Ghost in the Shell and Ultraman 3D CG animes.
Well, I mean, he's looking over it. It's probably not going to be shit. You know? I mean, the Ultraman thing doesn't look horrible either. Like it looks okay, you know?
I mean, all we have is this announcement. That's it. So
Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't think Watanabe's going to fuck us over. Because he, he was executive producing Space Dandy, too.
yeah, but that was a different thing.
Yeah, I guess, but still, you know? Like, if it's
Well, wait a
anywhere
minute.
near that tier, then we're okay.
Didn't he? Was it him or was it a different one that did Sand Whale and Me?
That was a different guy. That was the Ghost in
Or-
the Shell one.
Yeah,
the
that was
Ghost in the Shell guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Whew, that's a relief. Okay.
Yeah.
Shinichiro Watanabe's Sand Whale and Me.
Oh God,
Yeah,
that
for
might have
some
actually.
reason, I thought Watanabe did that, and I was like, oh, isn't he kind of crappy now?
No. He's
No,
he's fine. He's fine.
This is Watanabe is still good. He did, Space Dandy, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Yes, so this should be good. And wait, is this a Netflix thing or a Toonami thing?
Toonami.
This is a Toonami. Here's the story from the Hollywood Reporter. Blah blah blah.
Yada yada yada.
I mean, the story from the Hollywood Reporter one interviews Jason DeMarco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here. Adult Swim will have worldwide distribution rights to the English dub version of the series and will air it in the U.S. as part of its Toonami anime block.
hmm
Awesome.
I mean, it'll probably wind up on Netflix at
So
some
this is
point,
going to be
but
this will be a premiere then too.
It's
Yeah.
on Crunchyroll. I don't think it's going to Netflix.
it's going to Crunchyroll.
No, yeah.
Well, they're like
The cable
owned-
channel has
Alright.
partnered with Alcon Television Group and anime streaming outlet Crunchyroll to produce Blade Runner Black Lotus.
Black
All right.
Lotus.
Black
Oh.
Lotus.
It's the first I've heard of that too.
13
Okay.
episodes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna write
Inspired
this
by
down.
2017's Blade Runner 2049.
When is it coming out?
An
Because
air date for
DeMarco.
Blade Runner Black Lotus hasn't been set.
Yeah, because DeMarco's has been trying to get like what was it, like one Toonami produced thing out a year.
Yes.
So we don't quite know yet what's coming next year.
Yeah. I still
I don't think
I
it's going to be
swear to
this.
God, they said that they're making Scavengers into a show.
Yeah, I think
I
that
do
could still
remember.
happen. I just
Yeah, I think I remember this.
It just felt like they kind of go and these announcements of their new stuff, like brand new stuff, just kind of goes and it
Yeah.
came and went. I forgot about it.
Yeah, it's like they announce something and then there's nothing until, they're ready to show and we all forget. And then we're
Yeah.
like, oh, we didn't hear about this. We're like, oh, wait, yes, we did.
I kind of think that the Blade Runner thing, we're not going to see anything for like until 2020.
Yeah.
But the good news is I'm glad to hear that it's going to be 13 episodes because that usually means better quality.
Mm-hmm.
Also, apparently, they have the screenwriter of 2049 on
That's pretty
this.
good.
Wow, the movie.
They really went all out here.
Awesome. Yeah, this sounds like great news. Great news for Toonami. Awesome.
Well, there's that. We also got a Megalobox for, speaking of things coming next week, Megalobox. We got a promo.
Yeah, it looked a lot better than I was expecting. I knew it was going to be okay, but the trailer was like, okay, I'm kind of feeling it now.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of that thing with Hugh Jackman and the boxing robots.
Yeah, everyone called it that. Real Steel.
Yeah. Well, it looks like a cross between that and Ippo. I'm like, so when's the robot going to do the Dempsey roll?
Unfortunately, I have to slow your roll right here. Nobody will do a Dempsey roll in this show.
Oh, that's horrible.
No,
How dare they?
They didn't have the animation budget for that, I'm afraid.
Oh, well.
Well, speaking of it, I mean, it looks really good. That's kind of one of the, I guess, notable things about the show is that the art style, it's got that 90s aesthetic, and I think it looks cool.
The show does a thing where it intentionally like de-reses itself to like 480 or it's like
it's not that bad.
No,
come on.
They really de-res that.
Okay, well, anyway, I was thinking about that when I was watching the promo, and I thought it looked fine. Like, I wasn't looking at it and going, oh, this doesn't look good. I was thinking, no, it looks fine.
No, it's literally what they did. They made it. It's HD source, but then they were like, run it through the SCSS filter.
Yeah, it looks cool, and I think that that filtering aside, I think just the character designs and some of the animation that we saw in the promo, it looks pretty well made. I think the only thing I really don't know about it now, because I know you guys were talking about the music being really good. Really, honestly, the only thing I don't know about it now is just, is it any, like, story-wise any good? And that's kind of the big unknown.
I haven't seen it yet, so
It's an underdog story boxing show.
So it's really hard to fuck up.
Pretty hard to fuck up. Anyway, guys want to talk about the block?
Hang on. Before we do, you guys are coming in really staticky.
You sound normal.
I think it's you.
Yeah.
And Greg sounds normal to me.
Like, if I'm coming in normal, then hang on. It might be I'm on my Wi-Fi instead of. Try talking.
Hey.
What the hell? Hang on. Say something.
Hello?
That's not my headset.
Oh, yeah, you're all messed up now. Go back to the way it was.
How's that? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I recontacted my headset. I have no idea what the hell.
Okay.
Oh, you sound fine now. What the hell?
Okay.
Huh. Of course.
All right. Yeah.
Well, anyway. My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia, episode 28. Midoriya and Shigaraki. In this episode, more training.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah,
and
we get
bad
to see
guys.
And we get to see what you were talking about with Gran Torino. You can, like, he has his, like, jet powered feet.
Yep.
He's fun.
So he gives him a challenge to, like, you have 3 minutes to hit me, and then a minute and a half later, which is the opposite of how it usually goes, the 3 minutes are up.
Yep. I guess he, in addition to being very old, doesn't know how to count anymore.
And he still wants pastries off the floor.
Mm-hmm.
We also cut back to each of the other internees,
Mm-hmm.
which I think it's just fun to see each one doing their thing.
Oh, man. I just saw... Huh? What? Oh, never mind. Never mind.
No.
No, I was just browsing our anime and saw some outdated info.
How dare you?
People seem to think that MHA and Attack on Titan were going to only be on Hulu, but they're not.
But they're already not.
Well, Hulu announced their new we're really tight with Funimation.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, and people are like, but it's like, dude.
Well, DeMarco did respond to an AXFM or tweet or something, and then somebody asks, does Hulu's new sort of buddy-buddiness with Funimation affect Toonami? And I think DeMarco said something to the effect of like, it is always part of Funimation's plan to air some of their shows on television on Toonami. So
Right.
as far as he's aware, nothing should change.
Okay.
Yep. Anyway, back to the show. We also get just a bunch of scenes with Shigaraki and Stain being like, oh, I hate you. No, I hate you.
Yes.
Honestly, Stain is probably the most interesting thing that's happened in this series until now. I really like this arc.
It's good.
He also straight up attacks some more people. He ends up attacking the Aquaman reject guy.
No, that's not
No?
correct.
Oh,
He attacks the cultural appropriation guy, and he's like, heroes don't culturally appropriate their costumes.
Oh.
He's right. They shouldn't.
I'm gonna fucking murder you.
Maybe don't go that far.
Then
By the
Ida
way,
shows up, and he's like, I am full of righteous fury. Oh God.
I do like seeing Ida like be serious because he's
Yeah.
usually a comic character, and like it's neat to see him be like, yeah, he's kind of he can, even though I know he's in over his head here, it is kind of like I'm rooting for him, you know?
Yeah, like you want him to win, even though you know he's not.
Yeah. By the way, and don't answer this question with what it is, but they haven't shown they haven't explained what Stain's quirk is, have they?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, because I can't really tell what it is. I know they've shown him doing something where he mobilizes people, but it's not clear. So I'm looking forward to see what that is all about. So the other thing that's weird about Stain too that I noticed is he has no nose.
He does not have a nose.
No.
No, he comes from that Voldemort school of bad guys have no noses.
Yeah.
Skeletor.
God damn it, Skeletor.
Well, what did somebody say? Like Image Comics is he's basically based on Image Comics.
The best
He's a Rob Liefeld character.
The best Image Comics character ever.
God
I
damn
wonder,
it,
do you think that was deliberate? Because it sure feels like it.
Yes.
Yeah, they probably went.
This dude is straight out of Batman is now a dude named Azazel because Bane broke his fucking back era.
Yeah.
We do know that Hirokoshi's, obviously a big fan of American comics, so
Yeah.
I guess it's not unsurprising that he'd be aware of Image Comics and its type of character designs.
Yeah, he's probably seen some Rob Liefeld drawings in his time.
Yeah, some Spawn.
Lots of pouches.
Terrible anatomy.
Well, maybe that's why he doesn't have a nose.
God.
It's been replaced with more muscle.
And tiny feet.
And
And extremely tiny hands.
and many belts.
No, that's
And
just
pouches.
JRPG stuff.
No. There's lots of belts and pouches and stuff too.
Oh, okay.
Where do you
Well,
think the
anyway.
JRPGs got it from?
Was there anything else in this episode?
They did show like now there's like a bunch more Nomus now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And apparently, oh, by the way, there are like 17 people squished into one thing.
Yes, like their DNA. Oh yeah. We forgot to mention that the investigator guy who knows about All Might's ability visited him and was talking about the case. And yeah, he was the one who let him know. I don't know what All Might's real name is. It's like a hard name to remember.
It's All Might.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anyway, he visits him and he's like, "Yeah, we've got the Nomu guy. We did some tests on him, and he's got the DNA of like 6 people."
And he has
And
multiple quirks. He's basically been like genetically altered to take multiple quirks. Sound like anyone you know.
right,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh no. And then, but the other thing too is that they point out that like Nomu, at least the one they caught, is like kind of mindless. Not really a person, sort of like a zombie kind of. And yeah, now there's like 3 more. One of them looks like it's got wings. So
Yep. And one really huge dude.
yeah.
Anyway.
Yep, I think and then the episode pretty much ends with Ida. It's got like a knife to his neck.
Yep.
Not looking too good for him.
No, it's not gone well for him.
Naruto shipping in episode 228. Fight Rock Lee. You can beat seasickness with the power of guts.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
It's not how that works.
So I guess in this episode, this is a flashback to when Lee did some good stuff. So they went to a restaurant, but he got drunk and they destroyed the restaurant. And now Guy is carrying around a menu with scribbles on it. And then they have to do weird, dumb training.
Yeah, but the episode actually started out amazing because it looked just like an episode of Rock Lee and his Ninja Pals.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is cool. And then it just goes back to the ordinary stuff. And I'm like, oh.
The best part about that sequence was the extremely off-key version of Pain's theme that was playing the entire time.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Oh, man. Yeah, anyway. If you wanted to see Rock Lee dress up in a crane costume, like Agent 47 in Miami, this is for you.
And then it stopped.
And then it was over, mercifully.
They did a couple of like stupid. It was all just a comedy episode, and it was just like, oh, now you're learning the Drifter Fist, and then the Seasick Fist, and like apparently
fuck it, you're drunk.
Yeah, it's like It's like Lee's like a natural drunken fist, but he's not actually drunk. He's just seasick. So that's the joke. Not too funny, unfortunately.
Speaking of things we wish could just end, unfortunately, the show is after Naruto, after Boruto.
Yeah.
Boruto, episode 9, Proof of Oneself. In this episode, you thought the plot was going to advance, but no.
It did not.
It did not.
Yeah, really, but like it wasn't bad. Like, first of all, episode was animated really well. Had some good sakuga there with the fight between Boruto and his aunt.
Yeah.
Hamabi or
The eugenics master wants to take him on, but Hanabi's like, no, you'll hurt your back.
Yeah. and he might hate you. And that would be bad for his eugenics plan, so.
Anyway, she kicks his ass and he doesn't have the Byakugan.
Well, he does. He just couldn't get it to work. Clearly, he's got it.
They think
he ends up using it later,
He's got something in one of his eyeballs.
Yeah,
That's the thing. They come to the conclusion something is going on.
But it ain't the Byakugan.
see, that's not how I took it. I thought it was more like he's got the Byakugan, he just can't get it to work.
I think the thing that's setting up is that he thinks it's the Byakugan, but it's
But-
not.
Yeah.
Because
like they'd be able to force it out of him if it was, but it's not, so they can't, and it's in this sort of weird situation where he's not quite realizing that, oh hey, why can I, like, there's this whole thing that he's not putting together and he's not telling anybody about it, so they can't put it together for him either.
Yeah, that is the only thing that's bothering me about this is like, why doesn't he just tell everyone he can see this shit?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like,
the thing is, he's a kid,
yeah,
and so he's not perfect. He's going to make stupid decisions, so that's just part of his character. It is frustrating, though.
I know, it's just one of those things where Naruto and his eugenics dad are like, they're sitting there like, something's up with Boruto, but we're not entirely sure what it is. But it's not the Byakugan, it's something else.
Yeah.
And then Boruto's going around like, I could see the shadow that takes over people's minds. And I'm like, that seems like the kind of thing they should know.
Yeah, he won't tell them. But that's, again, I think the reason is because he's just a kid who's trying to do it on his own, so he's not telling them. I think it's more reason. I have more reason to believe Boruto to do this kind of thing than most anime characters, where they just don't have any reason not to tell people stuff.
Yeah, like Boruto is kind of stupid and selfish enough where you buy it.
Yeah.
But it's still one of those things. I'm like, man, if they would just talk to each other, they could have this whole thing figured out by now. Because I'm sure Eugenics Master Hisashi, like if he told him this, he'd be like, oh, let me go check my scrolls. Here, I found what's going on.
Yeah, could be.
Like it'd be like 3 minutes of an episode, and there you go.
Tell me more about your weird dream, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Mention that.
Yeah. But again, you've got to have drama. That's what the story, you need it for the story.
You got to have a dramatic fight against Fat Kamiya.
Yeah.
Kamiya.
Oh, God. Poor Kamiya.
Yes.
Look, he didn't deserve this. He was trying. He had just finished his role as Dick Cheney.
Yeah. He was trying his best.
He was working with the top nutritionist to get back in shape for Mission Impossible 7.
Yeah.
But
he's gonna win an Oscar, damn it. No, wait, I think we have our movies crossed.
I think it's really funny. The trailer for Vice is, here's Dick Cheney and also a bunch of actors. Wait, that was Christian Bale?
Yes. he really wants that Oscar.
He really does.
We did get to see some Boruto and Sadara team up fighting this fat actor guy.
Yeah, like she believes him, but she's also
no, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
No,
she says I don't really believe what you're saying, but I'm going to support you. Something like that.
I guess.
I support your childish delusions.
But at the same time, it's like you'd think she would tell somebody, she doesn't, because
they're kids. But she said something. It was like Boruto, I'm not really sure you're seeing stuff, but I can tell that you're not trying to lie. I feel your earnestness is true or whatever.
Like you're not full of shit.
But
it's kind of like she's like, that's bullshit, but I believe it.
Exactly. Something like that.
Part 5 is so good.
Started watching it.
So at the end of the episode, after seeing his movie idol in terrible shape, decides to hang up his Kamina glasses, and he gives them to him, Hiwamari, and she sort of puts them on and goes, "Yeah."
Honestly, they look better on her than they did on him anyway. like she's the hero this series deserves.
Exactly.
I still can't deal with how Naruto's design now is literally just Naruto, but with a disturbingly unfitting manly chin.
Well, and super short hair.
Yeah.
He has a buzz cut now.
He had the short hair in the movie where he, got with Hinata and all that, and it looked good there. It's just, I don't know. Like as a grown up, it kind of just feels off a little bit. Like it didn't quite age up properly. Like they tried too hard to make him look older.
His head
Yeah,
doesn't. His head is weirdly proportioned.
I don't know.
Uh,
I don't think he
The
looks
it,
bad. I
ratios
just
are
don't
off
think he
there.
looks much older. And I mean, I
he,
don't
he
think
he
he should
looks
look like an
kind of
old
off.
man, but he
No,
just doesn't look much different than a teenager.
There's something uncanny valley there.
yeah, like Hinata got aged up fine,
Yes, that's a good
and
example. She definitely looks like someone's mom.
yeah, he doesn't look enough like a dad. It's like they were trying to cross between like a dad and an action hero, and it didn't quite work. And they didn't realize, oh, we should just go with a dad who kicks ass.
It's
Yeah.
like someone just took regular Naruto, added the Crimson Chin's chin.
I was gonna say it's not quite the Crimson Chin's chin, but it's close.
The Toonami Escape podcast, where you come for all your discussion about Naruto's chin.
What's the Crimson Chin's theme song again? Like what
Crimson
is it?
Chin.
Like here comes the Crimson Chin, or like whatever it is. I'm gonna have to go find this later. Like I'm gonna be obsessed.
Well, you can do that while we talk about Dragon Ball Super.
Oh god, this episode.
Hey, your audio quality got bad again.
Yeah,
Mine
your
was
headset's
bad?
messing up. Yeah, you sound terrible to us now.
How about now?
Yeah, it's
you
way
just
better.
needed to get closer to the mic.
Oh no, I was just lying down. I guess that was why.
Okay.
Because it's a Bluetooth mic, so I guess sorry, I won't do that.
Dragon Ball Super episode 89. A mysterious beauty appears, the enigma of the Tien Shinhan style dojo. In this episode, Master Roshi needs to go to prison for a very long time.
Yes, he does.
Also, Tien has apparently always been able to grow 2 extra arms.
No, he has. He has. He just
He has always been able to do this, and he did not even do this against the Saiyans.
I have
It would have
no
been
idea.
useful when his arm was punched off.
I Toriyama forgot.
That must be it, yeah. Wait, before we talk about this episode, though, does Oolong live with Roshi?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because he says, like, I'm stuck out on this island, there's nothing to do. And I'm like, why are you even there, dude?
Because I guess he's the paid housekeeper.
I'm pretty sure he's a sex offender too, so he needs somewhere to live.
Oh yeah, I mean he's hiding from the law on charges of about 1,700 panty burglars.
Yeah, pretty
Yes.
much. Like he's pulling a Julian Assange. He's just hiding out, like I didn't do it.
So
Too
they
much.
introduced this character who I don't know is ever been in Dragon Ball before, but I'm not. She may not. She may just be
No,
new.
this is definitely not a character we've ever seen before. This
No, this
character is definitely just we invented this child.
Yeah,
Okay, so her name is
this brand new.
Urine, and
Definitely
she
does
is,
not sound like urine.
Yeah, I know. She says it. They try to like say urine, but it kind of sounds urine. Anyway, she apparently they like do a retcon that like Tien left his dojo and she was there and she got left behind, so now she wants revenge.
Yeah, she had a crush or whatever the hell it was, and now she's,
Yeah, and then well, kind of that, and just she's pissed off. And now, as okay, yes, everything with the Roshi stuff, like Roshi doing his shit, yeah, that can die in a fire. But I didn't mind the Urine character, particularly because she was voiced by Lucy Christensen, and
she's always fun.
And she was like really bringing it. Like she was actually pretty funny and entertaining, portraying that character, particularly at the scene where she was standing on the roof and sort of, controlling the zombies and stuff. But it would have been an okay fillery episode if it wasn't for the Roshi stuff.
Oh god, the Roshi stuff. Like he gets worse.
Oh
and
no!
and then he gets better. Oh, does he get worse?
There's also some more caulifla stuff this
Yeah.
episode.
She was all impressed at Super Saiyan, and she's like, I could learn that shit.
She also commands a gang of Cockney thugs.
Yeah, the accent. I was like, really?
Yeah, it was weird. Hey, governor, I'm a freaking Saiyan.
Oh, the Saiyans are Cockney in this universe.
I let
I
it.
can't do an accent, please.
Oh, speaking of voices and accents, is what's the little white flying guy that's with Tien?
Chaozu.
Yeah,
Chaozu. Is Chaozu voiced by the same person who does Chopper?
Maybe.
maybe.
I
I
think
think
yes.
Yes,
okay, because I was
probably.
hearing Chopper, I'm like, that's Chopper's voice, and I never put it together.
God.
So yeah, at the end of the episode, she ends up turning Roshi into a zombie, and Chaozu does something to. Oh well, he like okay. Chaozu's also guilty of like flipping up her dress,
Yeah,
and
he did.
then
He did not do good things.
no, I don't think he was like trying to be pervy. It was just trying to distract her, but
This
still,
is why you don't get screen time, Chaozu.
yes. And then anyway, she gets defeated, and then Tien is like lenient. He's like, "Hey, join my dojo," and then that's pretty much where the episode ends, I think.
And deal with Master Roshi for the rest of your life.
Go back to your island, Roshi. The restraining order is reactivated.
Turtle's like, help me! Anyway, fuck that shit. Let's move on to Mob Psycho.
Yay!
Mob Psycho 100, Episode 5. Ochimusha. Psychic Powers and Me. In this episode, Teru has a breakdown.
Oh,
And a lot of great psychoanalysis is had.
yay!
And it looks fucking awesome.
Okay, I'm going to make a statement here. I think, and I really thought about this, I do believe that this is probably the single best animated episode I've ever seen on Toonami. Like, it's that good. From
It
start
is.
to finish, impeccably animated, and not even just the fighting, just like every like shot in this episode just looks amazing.
Teru's hair,
It, it,
0%.
it's up there, I think.
Like all of the facial expressions, the reactions, even like the bit, like the drama part of it, just so good.
This is a really good show.
Yes, Mob goes to question
Yep.
mark question mark question mark % in this episode.
And it's basically an Eldritch horror.
It's yeah. It was a really good episode. It sets up some weirdness with Mob's brother right at the end.
Yeah, so his brother has a whole thing where... What is his deal again?
Well, it's not really clear.
I
don't think.
Like
It's
Mob,
not really.
Mob is afraid his brother hates him because of this one time he thinks he
Yes.
lost control and hurt him.
Yeah.
And he thinks that his brother is like scared of him and his psychic powers, but actually his brother feels woefully inadequate and is extremely jealous of his psychic powers.
Right.
Something like that, yeah.
I think that's what it is.
It's kind of like he got saved by his brother there, and so now he really looks up to him, and he's like, man, he's got these psychic powers. I want to be just like my brother because, he was so awesome. He saved me and all that shit.
Well, and also Mob thought that he had hurt his brother during a bully attack when they were kids, and it turns out, well, at least as far as we know, his brother says, "Oh no, you didn't do that. When you blacked out, one of them kicked me."
Yeah.
And so, like all this time, Mob had not wanted to use his psychic powers because he had hurt his brother. At least that's what he thought. But the real twist, or I don't even know if it's like a twist, but just the weird part at the end of the episode is that on the news, it's revealed, that there was this psychic battle at the school, And his brother sees that, and he sort of turns the TV off before the newscast is over, and he goes, "Oh, that's not my brother." Kind of lying to himself. He's like, "Oh no, that wasn't Mob. That wasn't Mob." And it's like,
Yeah.
whoa, what's going on?
Well, like he worries about the guy because he
Yeah.
knows that Mob isn't going to try and do anything.
Anyway, let's go back to the fight. I really love like Mob's incredibly innocent yet ridiculously brutal character takedown of Teru here. He's just like, "Oh, you know you're a worthless sack of shit," and that's what terrifies you.
We're the
It's
same.
true. We're both worthless sacks of shit.
You're perfectly aware that if you didn't have your psychic powers, you'd be totally, completely worthless, huh? Huh? Well,
I mean, at least I'm aware of it.
And then like there was a bit where he's like, "Oh, don't use knives, don't use knives." And then of course Terror tries to use knives. Mob puts up a shield, but it bounces back and cuts it right off. Hair 0% and makes you look like an old man now.
God.
yeah, Teru
I mean-
loses his dignity pretty hard.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and can't take it. And then it's pretty much broken at the end of the episode, like you said.
He just gets blasted into the sky, and he's like, "Oh, okay. I'm just a normal loser."
Yeah, it's hard to talk about this episode. Like, it's like I feel compelled to want to sell it. It's like, oh man, you need to see this episode, but I can't really do it justice. You just need to see it. It's so good.
Like, you just need to
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah, just watch
it's-
this freaking show. Damn, it's good.
Yeah, it's the kind of episode that when you sort of talk about it, it kind of doesn't work. But then when you watch it, you're like, yes.
Yeah, I'm sure what we're saying, like we're talking about what's happened in the episode, but it's not interesting sounding coming from us. But when you see it, it's just like, and it's not just the looks, it's not just the comedy, but like there's even drama in this episode that's actually pretty good. Like some real character self-reflection that's going on that's pretty interesting, and like, wow, a lot of thought went into this, you can tell.
Yeah, there's another really good looking fight in like the 3 episodes from now, but it's gonna be next year. Well, it gets to win best fight 2 years in a row. I don't know. I don't know.
We'll
I don't know.
see.
We'll see.
It's gonna be going up against King versus Netero next year. So that's gonna be
Man, it's gonna be going up against that and some fights from part 4.
yeah. I mean, oh shit. Super's gonna be having its big fights next year too, and some of those are really good.
And
That's gonna be stacked.
there's also gonna be some good MHA stuff.
Man, yeah, this
Maybe
guess
there's probably gonna be one of those really good looking Boruto fights next year.
could be.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I think next year's gonna be stacked in that category.
I think
also,
next year in
like,
general is going to be good.
Thinking about what like is gonna have to be replaced next year, like whatever the next Dragon Ball show is not going to be on the air before Dragon Ball Super ends, so got to replace that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Mob Psycho and Megalobox are really short. Got to replace those.
Yeah, it's too early to do things like speculation, but you're right. There's a lot of changes that are going to be coming in the following year for
Hunter
sure.
x Hunter has to be replaced.
Oh man.
Black Clover will probably not end till next year. So if they do want to just like drop, this is not going to happen. It's going to continue forever. But if they did replace it after the first season, they still have plenty of time because. Hello?
What?
That somebody was just like,
Go ahead.
never mind. Anyway,
Well, you were saying though about like Black Clover though, it's only got like 4. I mean, okay, so it's probably got like 3 or 4 more episodes, and then they'll probably continue.
yeah.
But the 3 or 4 more episodes, I mean, will that be before 2019 starts?
No, because there's definitely going to be, a Christmas and a New Year's marathon.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've
I'm
only
just
got
thinking
2 episodes.
Yeah, I am not getting my hopes up
1,
whatsoever that Black
2.
Clover is leaving the block. I'm pretty much convinced it's staying.
Yeah.
So,
Oh God, shoot me.
Shoot
speaking of which,
me,
oh wait,
JoJo.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, JoJo.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I thought
Oh yeah,
Black
you
Clover was next.
forgot about
I was
JoJo.
like,
Yeah.
thank God. Wait,
In
we're
this
already on
horrifying
JoJo?
universe where JoJo has been canceled.
No.
Wait. I could have sworn there was something between.
Attack on
And
Titan.
oh right, yeah, that's not been replaced yet.
It's gonna be Megalobox next week.
Yeah. Okay.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable Episode 14. Let's go to the manga artist's house, Part 1. In this episode, Hirohiko Araki does not write himself into the show. I repeat, does not.
He totally does.
Does not.
Does.
Would you write yourself into the show as some horrifying psychopathic spider-licking monster?
Absolutely.
Voiced by Vic Mignogna?
Who wouldn't?
Well, okay. You're weird. Anyway, yeah. So, hey, remember that dude with the creepy puppet stand and he just likes to stab people in their eyes because they disagree with him on anime? Hey, they're best friends.
Oh yeah, I mean he lost.
Yeah,
That's
he
how it
lost,
works.
which means he's a good guy now. That's how this works.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're like, hey, check this out. This really good manga called Blue Dark Boy is written by this dude who lives in Moria. Let's go to his house. They go to his house. He's
Doesn't turn
creepy.
out well. It is.
He's voiced by Vic Mignogna in a role I think is kind of weird. I think he's way better when he's like losing his mind and freaking out. But when
Yeah.
he's trying to talk normally, it kind of sounds like he's forcing himself to talk normally.
I think that's why it works though.
For the record, I saw some people in the thread saying they weren't sure that this voice fits Rohan, but as someone who never saw the Japanese version, I think he sounds fine.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
mostly it's a complete. He does have a different pitch.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean,
Rohan's quite a bit deeper in Japanese.
Yeah, I can understand that because I've obviously been on that side of things before too, where I saw the Japanese version of something first, and then I hear the dub, and I'm like, this voice sounds really weird. But in this case, I never heard the original Rohan voice, and I just think, oh, okay, he just sounds fine to me. So I guess
Yeah.
it works as long as that's the case.
Yeah, so they get invited into the house by this creepy dude. And then he's like, want to see me lick this spider?
Absolutely.
You need to learn, as a manga artist, you need to know every tiny detail of everything.
Like licking spiders.
And so then he reveals his surprise, surprise, he's a stand user. And so he reveals his stand, which is, I don't know, it's called Heaven's Door. They kept the name, I guess.
For whatever reason, they kept the name, I guess, because Heaven's Door is just part of a song name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So his thing is, this is by far, I think, the weirdest stand I've seen yet. It basically, I know, I hear it, I can tell already it's going to get weirder. But anyway, this is the weirdest one yet. And what it is, I think, is that he can turn someone into a book so that he can read their life story.
Right. That's how I got. And then when
But
he
not
tears
like they turn into like a book. It's just that they're like flesh folds out like books, and inside is writing.
and if he tears pages out, he basically takes those memories.
Yep. Also, the thing that makes this stand really just absurdly broken, just fucking ridiculous, is that he can write into anyone, hey, you can't attack me.
Oh, that's fucked
Oh,
up.
really?
Yeah, that's what he pointed that out. It's like, you cannot attack the manga artist Kishibe Rohan, so Koichi literally can't do shit.
Crazy. Yeah, and like, I don't, it's just weird. Yeah.
Also, Hasmata is a fucked up little gremlin that nobody should be friends with.
Yeah, he's suddenly like a completely different character now.
Yeah. But like, Rohan opens up his book and he's like, "Okay, so you want to be a rapist, but you're too much of a coward. You like scratching your balls and get a thrill when you think somebody's seeing you, and you're gross. Anyway,
You know what? Actually, now I take back what I just said. He's not a completely different character.
he's exactly the same.
He's the same. It's just
Yeah.
outwardly he's being really chummy and nice, but on the inside he's still the same terrible person.
He's just like, fucking get out of my house. If I put you into my manga, everyone would hate it. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. By the way, you're in my manga already.
I'm not Hirohiko Araki.
Nope.
So yeah, Koichi goes home and he's like, I lost like 17 pounds. What the fuck? This has to be a stand. And it's like, hey, good job on recognizing immediately that some stand bullshit happened, but
Yep.
unfortunately it's been written into him that he can't remember a goddamn thing. So
Yeah. Also, he says the famous line, "This must have been the work of an enemy stand."
so the next day he just like, I'm going to I'm going to school, or I guess I'm going to that manga artist's house. I guess I'm opening the door. I guess I'm walking up the stairs. Help.
Why am I here?
But fortunately, Josuke and Okuyasu are on the case.
Yep.
And Asmata's dead in a ditch somewhere. I don't care.
Yep. So it was. One thing I did appreciate about this power, for the story's sake, is the ability for this character, Rohan, to just instantly be caught up on everything that's happened because he just read. He read it, in their bodies.
All right,
Yeah.
I've checked Wikipedia. I know the plot.
Yeah,
I
I
know
know you.
exactly
Oh,
what's
you got to
going
stand too, and you've got to stand. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, you're looking for an arrow. Okay, gotcha.
Everyone has a stand.
I do think it's interesting that he got his powers from like literally just a few months ago from the arrow instead of, because this feels like a stand he would have had from forever.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Like, you see a similar thing in like One Piece all the time, where like
Mm-hmm.
a character has a power that is just so perfect for them, and it's like too much of a coincidence, but it just is the way
Yeah.
things are.
But I mean, it's like he was a super awesome, like incredibly efficient manga artist, and then he got a stand.
Yeah.
Well,
Like he
okay,
didn't
well,
even need it.
but here's the thing, though. Maybe that's how stands work. Maybe you get
Well, yes,
the power. It's like
Yeah.
something from you,
it absolutely was. He did get the stand when he got shot because he had the potential, because he was already a badass.
Well, what
Mhm.
I'm saying though is that like the power itself manifested that way because of the fact that he's a manga artist. Maybe that's why he has that power.
Yes,
Kind of like maybe like the reason Josuke has like a healing stand is maybe because he's just a really, peaceful person or something. You know what I mean? Like a real
He's a
upstanding
nice
guy.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, someone in the thread mentioned this, and I have no idea where this is verified or not, but the invisible baby is invisible and alone because remember that hand from like 2 episodes or one or
The
two
one in the
episodes ago?
bathtub.
Yep. Yep.
That was its mom.
Yep.
That would do it.
That would make a lot of sense. I just don't know where that was confirmed.
I don't know. It might be from later on.
Yeah. Because the hand wasn't in the manga, so in the manga the baby just shows up,
Yeah.
and maybe you can put two and two together later on. But
Well, maybe this was a David production, like connect the dots type thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
because once again, like they didn't even introduce the hand stuff until after the baby in the manga.
Interesting.
In the anime,
Wait,
they
wait,
just started-
wait. Now you just made me wonder something though. So the hand stuff, like it's not just something that's creepy that's happening. There's actually something to it.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously that's the big bad doing something, but like him taking the hands means something.
yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that
I'm
meant
just pointing
something.
out that literally, like,
Yeah.
in the anime has dropped this like, ooh, weird, creepy, weird murderer doing stuff with hands. Literally since literally the first scene of the show.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense to, be like, where's this baby's mother? Why is it suddenly freaking out? Oh, I don't know. Maybe she's a hand now.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay.
Anyway, Black Clover. Black Clover, episode 48, Despair versus Hope. I want to go play Danganronpa instead of talk about Black Clover.
You and everyone else.
This episode is a GIF gold mine.
Okay, so earlier in this podcast, we talked about what I think is one of the best animated shows I've seen on Toonami.
This is the worst.
The fucking gulf.
This is down there. I'm not sure this is the worst, but it's certainly a contender.
That clip of Veto Sonic running.
Yeah.
Gotta go fast.
Somebody said this in the thread, but I'm going to say it here too. So I'm stealing this from somebody, but I agree. Is that I actually straight up feel bad for the animators.
Yes.
Watching this episode, like you can tell that they're struggling.
No one would put this out if they didn't have to.
Right.
Right. Like nobody's proud of this episode. The people who made it were suffering.
Exactly.
Because it looks bad.
That one shot of Asta where he doesn't even look like he looks like a completely different character.
Yes. And his arms are
I forgot to post
super long.
I forgot to post Man God's new avatar.
Yeah. All right. Well, just to get it out of the way, I'll say that this episode introduces Vanessa's and Finral's backstories. Vanessa is a witch. Finral
cage most of her life. That's weird.
Yeah, some kind of bird cage thing.
The bird cage. And then after Yami pressed against it for 75 episodes, he freed her.
And then there's something, I don't even know what Finral's deal was. Something about he was royalty. I think it's basically
literally the same as Noelle.
That's what I was about to say. It's like literally the same story.
I sucked, so here I am.
So yeah, they get their bits. So that's basically that. Oh, but here's the weirdest thing. That's not even related to the episode. Is that at the end they show a comedy omake segment and then an upcoming episode preview.
They forgot to cut it.
I think they forgot to cut these things.
Yep. Sometimes they forget to cut that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or sometimes it's like, we needed to fill a few more seconds, so.
So anyway.
Yeah, this show sucks, and we're probably going to have to deal with a whole nother year of it.
God.
I can't wait to rank this. I literally can't wait. I want to do it now. I want to do it now, but it's going to be next year.
I mean, we all know it's not getting any better. We could do it now.
No, we should wait. No.
We have to go even longer.
All right. I mean, how much further down the list can it get?
Well, I can probably say it's probably never going to get below Tenchi Muyo and Tokyo Ghoul.
I mean, you say that, but
yeah, I mean, it's long reached the point where it's doing anything new and interestingly bad.
Yeah,
it's just going to be the same bad things over and over again.
The problem is that there are a couple of characters on this show that I don't mind.
Yami deserves better than being below Tenchi Muyo GXP.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yami is the only character I like, and he deserves better than this show. He is fun.
Anyway.
Give him his own show. Free Yami and all political prisoners.
Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter episode 121, Defeat and Dignity. In this episode, God damn it, Knuckle. God damn it, Knuckle. You're such a bro, but it turns out you were way too much of a bro.
Yeah. I know.
Somebody posted that the APR was literally 1 second away from bankrupting Yuppie.
Yeah. I mean, it was literally at the point. Oh my God. They literally could have killed him right then and there if they had waited 1 second.
But of course, the whole point was it doesn't actually matter because the king is now fighting Netero, and that's the only thing that matters.
Yeah, like the whole point of all of this was just to get all of these guys away from the king so that Netero can do the job. And if he
But
can't
see,
do the
now
job
he's
anyway, they're fucked.
yeah, but he's on his way.
But like they said, there's no way he can make it in time to matter.
The
Uh,
king and Netero, he will be slaughtered. He will, if he even if he get there, even if he got there, like a stray burst of wind from one of their attacks will destroy him.
gotcha.
Even in
Yeah,
his
like
new "I'm a super awesome centaur" form.
I was about to say he's got
he's a
Frankie Centaur mode.
yeah, he's a centaur now, and one of his arms is a giant laser gun, and the other is a blade, and he's got wings, and he's still useless.
And apparently, he raged orgasmed himself smarter.
Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
actually, it's kind of an interesting character turn. He sort of actually got to the point where he has empathy.
Yeah, it's this weird thing where he never really had to use emotions before, and then he started using them, and it's kind of like, oh, I like feeling things. This is
Yeah.
nice. You know, it's one of those things. It's like with the king. If I think the only one of these royal guards that's completely irredeemable is probably Poof.
Yeah, I think that's the thing I'm getting to is that
Yeah,
P2's just P2 is not actually that detestable. She's just an animal doing animalistic things.
same
Yuki's
with
like a weird, noble
like
thing.
yeah,
But then Poof's
like
just a fucking asshole.
yeah. I mean, Poof is he's the asshole of the group. There's like no redeeming qualities there, but everyone else, like, given enough time, like the two of them and the king. You could probably change their mind, but they're not giving anybody any choice. So
Yeah.
the king's got to die. And after he dies, the royal guard's going to be like, well, what are we going to do? And it'll be interesting to see what happens to them if
Yep.
Netero can beat the king out, though.
So Nav shows up and looks like he just walked out of a nuclear explosion.
Really, that man is shooketh.
Nov's like, I just spent 15 minutes staring directly at the Fukushima nuclear power plant.
Yes.
I'm
From
fine.
the inside. Yeah, he's got like no hair left, and he looks like he's about to die, and he still shows up, even though he's completely terrified.
Man, like first his hair went white, then it just fucking fell out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
When he next shows up, he's gonna be like older than Netero.
Yeah, he's gonna have like a cane or something. He's gonna be like, hang on, let
They're gonna
me
be like,
go
hey,
get
look,
some.
check this out. It's all three of the Royal Guard dead on the ground. He's gonna be like, ah!
If he wasn't so helpful and useful, I would have hoped that these guys would have been like, just leave.
Yeah,
Get
no,
out of
but
here, dude. You can't take it.
well, I mean, that's basically what they told him. They were like, you did your
Yeah, that's
job,
true.
your thing is done. You can go home if you want to, or you can
Yeah.
stay
Go
in your
take a freaking vacation, dude. You
yeah,
need it.
seriously. Like he had to face down like the men of all three royal guards and the king all at once, and it's kind of like, man, I ain't want no part of that, and I can't blame him for it, you know.
Yeah.
What else was in this episode?
Well, there was like a scene with Pito and
Poof, and gone.
Poof and Gone, and they were just, I don't really know. Like P2 is just kind of like, don't do anything, don't do anything.
Yeah,
Peter's like, don't fuck this up for me.
Yeah.
P2's
And
like,
Poof's
I got,
just like, I really want to fuck it up for you.
yeah.
I don't
P2's
care.
Yeah, P2 is very much like, I got it under control. It's cool. And Poof is like, so tell me how I could fuck it up for you.
Goen's like, I'll fuck both of you up. I don't give a shit.
I mean, looking at him, like, I know he can't, but he probably could. Like just the look on his face, I'm like, yeah, he probably could fuck him up right now.
Like if Poof actually saw his face, he'd be like, oh man,
Nope.
never mind.
Yeah, like he hasn't seen Gone's face yet. He's seen the back of him. He's like, this little kid is not so. See the face. He'd be like, nope, I'm I'm gonna go find a king. You just point me in that direction. I'll leave you alone.
But I guess he walks off to do something. I forget.
No, he's still there. He's trying to get it out of Pito where the king is without, being told where the king is, because otherwise Gon might fuck him up.
Who's standing in the hallway like, I will communicate with my eyes.
Yeah, he's just kind of like, hey man, just tell me where my king went. I'm gonna go to him. Just I'm gonna leave you alone. Just tell me.
Gon's like, why are you winking?
I don't know what winking is.
I don't know what winking is. He's dramatically winking with both eyes.
Both eyes. That's not how winking works.
Blinking rapidly.
Yes.
Hunter x Hunter.
What the heck is next episode?
I don't know. Let me go look it up.
Wait, what was this episode?
121.
All right, let's see. Here we go. Blah blah. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's happening this year? I thought you guys said that was next year.
I mean, no, it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
No, 122 is
What's
you
the
know,
title? What's the title?
Pose and name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't tell me anything.
No. But you look at some of the images and it's like, baby. I mean, it looks like the bulk of what's going to happen is until 125 though.
Cool. So cool stuff on the way.
Yeah, next week looks like it's going to be some real shit. Not the real shit, but some of that real shit.
Yeah, it's going to be... Next year is going to be the real shit.
Yeah.
What, Black Clover?
No. Honestly, I still think we should just sort of do the stuff that happened in January a little bit. But
No, dude, that's not how award shows work.
It should work that way.
No.
Should be everything before the award show is eligible for the award show.
Yes, that's correct.
Is that true?
And
I thought it was just everything that aired in 2018.
Well, because the award show is always the day of the first Toonami of the new year, which means...
Oh, you're right, it is. Shit. I forgot it was that soon. I thought it was like 2 weeks in.
Also, I probably won't be making Megalobox probably won't be eligible really because it's going to only show 2 episodes.
We did the same thing with Black Clover last year. So
yeah, we didn't.
Black Clover would have been eligible for awards,
right?
Only not.
Yeah, it wasn't going to win anything. Let's be real. It's. I forgot it was that soon. I was getting ready for January 13th or something. I could have sworn that's when we did it.
Well, it's probably going to be. If I had to take a guess, it's going to be
the 5th.
The 5th.
Yeah. Either the 5th or the 12th. That probably looks like.
Yep.
Geez, I could have sworn we did it closer to the end of the month.
No. I've always tried to do it first new Toonami day of the new year.
Mm-hmm. All right. And my internal clock is all fucked up.
Well, that'll be it for this episode of the Toonami Escape Podcast. Thank you, B-Dubs.
Okay.
Thank you, C. Kohler.
No problem.
We'll see you guys next week for episode 131. Good night.